Hello, Taurus. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Taurus is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It is totally free, doesn't cost you anything. If there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Taurus, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And here's a Knight of Wands. I laugh because this card came out in the Aries reading, and this is an Aries power card, and now it's showing up here for you, Taurus. I wonder if there's a connection. I wonder if there is perhaps an Aries person in your life that you are kind of in partnership with. But I feel like you are you're kind of waiting for a green light for something. Yeah. That you're waiting to receive this confirmation that's going to allow you to just like hit the gas, full speed ahead. You know, it's like you're at the starting line in your race car. You're just waiting for that Christmas tree to light up green and you're off, right? Let's put this into some context. Yeah, that's a very impulsive card. Okay, so it's kind of like we are getting a little bit tired of waiting for something. Okay, we got a six of swords here, a 3 of cups. Now we've got more Aries energy. See, now we've got the Emperor back here. We've got the Hanged Man, but the Hanged Man reversed. Interesting. That's something else. We've got the Devil card. A lot of major arcana right here in this arch, right? We've got an Ace of Wands, an 8 of Pentacles. We've got the Magician. And we've got Temperance. Yes, we need to temper our impulsivity here. There is this desire to, I think, to just kind of to run, right? To go full speed ahead with something. And you will have to excuse my congestion today. We're getting sick again here, and we've got a 3-year-old daughter that she's in preschool, so we end up getting sick quite often here, unfortunately. But I'm still here. Okay, so let's. Well, let's select the mystery card before we get too far into this. There's a lot of major arcana energy here. And there really is this idea of needing balance, especially, I mean, just look at these 3 cards here. These are very impulsive. Even the Devil card is a very impulsive, cardinal, kind of fiery card, right? It's fire of earth, but it's still very impulsive. So between these 3, this really is like there's part of you that's just ready to... Really, it feels like you're ready to just, as soon as you get that green light, you're just going full speed ahead. It's like you just got your head down, you're just charging forward. Yeah. And I think the hard part is kind of waiting for that message, waiting for that confirmation. Yeah. Let's do the mystery card, the bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Pamela Coleman Smith Tarot. And we'll just set it down over here. We're going to put Alien Simon Mork Ripley right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together and it will give us the confirmation that we need. If at any point during the reading you feel like you know what that card is, I want you to put your prediction down in the comments. Let's do it together. Let's make it a group exercise in intuition. All right. Now let's take a look around the room. Now I'm noticing not only do we have major, but we have fire and water. And then we've got, well, fire here too. We've got fire and water, we've got air and earth. So we have a balance of elements here. And it feels to me like we have a contention, really, between fire, and then water, balance, strategy, and it's kind of like it's either, I don't know, it feels kind of like a movie where there's one character that just says, let's just go in guns blazing, right? And then the other character says, no, let's be smart about it. Let's have some strategy. Let's get in and out with nobody even knowing we're there, right? It feels like an Ocean's 11 kind of thing, or 12 or 13 or whatever it is. So it seems like there are two different approaches that you have to something, okay? And it's kind of, you're ready to move forward, but I wonder if you're kind of feeling more of this almost destructive fire energy here that just wants to go headfirst right through the wall, rather than figure out a strategy here that might be a little less painful, or a strategy that might have a little bit less collateral damage, okay? I think that you're looking for ways to think outside of the box, and not just by smashing a hole through the box, right? But by trying to really, trying to see this situation from a different angle. But there's really not a lot of air energy here. See, we have major, 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 major. We've got a little bit of air here. And I think that the air and the earth and the water are kind of getting lost in all of this major arcana, all of this kind of big picture stuff. We have to really focus on the details here. With the Three of Cups, you have to understand what it is that you're trying to create. You're trying to do something, of course, that's going to feel good, right? That's going to have good reverberations, and it's going to be something that's pleasurable and fun, and it's going to produce a lot of good things in your life, right? So we have to remember, we have to understand how to create those kind of peak experiences. We have to understand really how to get what we want, right? The best way here to get the fulfillment of our objectives, right? And we need a plan. We need a good plan. Here's the Six of Swords. We need strategy, harmony. We need this perfect kind of intertwining of the divine blessing and the human ingenuity, right? Which kind of is what creates the magician, right? And the Six of Swords is Mercury in Aquarius. So this is a very forward-thinking and innovative kind of combination of energies that is really activating this archetype in you. Okay, so we need that. We need that kind of strategy. We also need the patience and diligence and attention to detail of this Eight of Pentacles, right? We don't just want fire, and then just storming up the mountain here, right? We want to be a little bit more responsible with how we get to the top of the mountain. Because what we really want is this Hanged Man reversed, right? This is the alleviation of suffering. This is the objective. This is what you're aspiring to. And this is transcending your present circumstances. This is improving the quality of life for yourself and others, and alleviating suffering for yourself and others. We're trying to pull ourselves out of a negative situation. Try to pull ourselves out of suffering, right? We're trying to be triumphant. And this is going to take a lot more than just this kind of blind fury or rage. Okay, we do need that. I mean, these energies are here for a reason, but we've got to have something a little bit balanced. Okay, now the job that you have now, I don't know if this is job related. It's really hard to tell because there's not a lot of minor arcana. It's mostly these major cards. But in terms of what you do for money, I feel like there's something very strange about it. It's either something that's completely wild and like off the wall way to earn money, or there's some sort of synchronicity or a weird fluke or some kind of an odd thing that happened to get that job, right? Spirit's telling me that there's just some sort of weirdness around how you make money. Yeah. And I wonder if this really is a way for you to, if the energy that we're seeing here is us trying to kind of break through this industry and, quickly make a lot of progress. It could be that we've achieved something here. Maybe this is that position that you've secured. Now there's all that weirdness around it, but you've got the job or whatever it is. And now we're trying to say, okay, well, I want to take this as far as I can. Right? So this really could be giving us this headstrong feeling that we just want to bash through all of the competition, all of the obstacles, everything that's in our way, and really run with this, right? Because it was such a kind of weird thing that, that put you here. And so now it kind of boosts our confidence a little bit, and we want to just kind of run with it. We don't want to ask questions. We don't want to slow down. We want to rush forward as fast as we can, because we feel like, kind of with the Devil card especially, we feel like this mountain isn't going to be here for us to climb forever. So there is this feeling that we have to hurry the heck up and climb the mountain, because it's not always going to be there. All right. And that's good. That's a very powerful energy to have. We need to blend that with some of this other stuff, right? Some of this, some of the strategy, intelligence, some of this patience, right? Creativity. We need creativity. You need love and compassion, and you need to remember what exactly it is that you're trying to do, what your objective is. Right? So with the Art or Temperance card at the end, there's this blending of fire and water. You need this ambition. You need this creativity, Taurus. You can't accomplish anything without that. But you also need to add in these other things, and then it will be this perfect kind of whole system that we see with the Six of Swords, right? This is that beautiful, wonderful harmony this is kind of the divine blueprint, right? This is everything that fits together in this perfect plan, that all that's left now is for us to execute the plan, right? It's like the divine, heaven has sent you this perfect blueprint. Okay. Now you've got to do it, So I feel like you do have this connection with the spiritual realm. You have this understanding of how to accomplish what you want to accomplish. But now it's kind of like, okay, what's the best strategy? What's the best method for getting this thing done? Okay. And it kind of feels like it's a work thing. Or it's something to do with with your physical efforts, like what you're doing with your days. And it might be money related. I'm not sure exactly about that. But now it's really just left for us to execute the plan. And for that, I feel like you have been kind of waiting for this, kind of waiting for the green light, but it almost feels like just waiting for permission to just charge, to just out of the gate, just run as fast as you can. Sometimes that is the best way to get to the top of the mountain, right? In this case, I think there's a little bit more to it. All right. I think that there is some information that you don't know, or some information that you have wrong. Okay? And I don't know what that is. I don't know if somebody has intentionally misled you. Spirit's kind of telling me that there's been some sort of a misdirection. And I don't know, again, I don't know if that's intentional, or if that is just somehow you got some sort of misinformation, or there's some sort of data that you have that you're basing some of your plans on, but that data is incorrect. I don't know if that means anything to you, but that's the message that I'm getting. I feel like this is going to open a lot of new doors for you. It's just a matter of the strategy that we take to get to that door. Okay. Let's move over to the path of the serpent now. And as we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. And it helps out the channel, and I appreciate that. We've got the creativity right here with this ace, right? This is that divine, this is the source of all creativity. This is really, I mean, it's kind of like that green light. This is kind of like the on switch that we've got here to activate all of this fire energy. And I think that it's easy for this to get misunderstood as just kind of blind impulse, right? It's easy to let this fire just kind of take off. It's just kind of like, well, you've got access to the fire, you might as well turn it all the way up to 10, right? Just crank it up as high as it will go. Just open the valve like wide open, right? And that would lead us this way. But what we see with these other cards is we need something to kind of narrow things down. We need focus. This can't just be fire energy that goes completely wild, right? It needs to be a very focused, intentional willpower and creativity, okay? So it kind of feels there's a little bit of anxiousness seeping in, Okay. And that's kind of dealt with in this very next card with the Eight of Pentacles. We try to calm down. Try to pay attention to the details. Pay attention to what's not being said, right? Because there is something here with this Magician card. There's some sort, I don't know if it was, again, I don't know if it was an intentional misdirection, or if there was something that was like, something that was taken from you, or something that you were kind of, I'm getting this picture of you kind of being lured off the path a little bit, either by misdirection or by kind of a red herring kind of thing, you know? So with the Eight of Pentacles, we have to be very cautious. We have to look at what's not being said. We have to look at what is kind of what's really going on here. We need to take the water energy into account. We have to trust our feelings. Let your emotions guide you a little bit. Not this fiery, impulsive, creative emotion, right? But your subtle feelings, right? That intuition, that instinct. All right. The Magician. The Magician is the trickster, right? And this is that obstacle. And it could be that you're getting mixed messages just from your intuition and from spirit, from the divine, saying you need to just go turn the burner all the way up to 10, just let this fire energy go and run wild, right? So it's almost, we're not really sure who to trust, and it's almost like we can't fully trust ourselves either, that we, every belief, every idea, every impulse we feel, we have to kind of look at it closely, okay? Because I think it's common for us to deceive ourselves, for us to misdirect ourselves. Okay, so I think it's important that we check this fire energy before we just let it loose, right? That we stop and we think about it, we analyze it, we check in with our feelings, our thoughts, we think about it, we feel it, we analyze it, we look at what's in between the lines, you know, or what might be behind some of these messages that we get just from ourselves, just like that voice in the back of our head that says like, just go, just run right now, you know, just turn it on and let it loose. Okay, well maybe that is a good piece of advice, but maybe we need to think about it a little bit further. I think that's the message that's coming through. Now, I don't know if there's a legal thing here. Spirits tell me there's something going on with a lawyer, or there's some sort of a legal thing. I don't know if it's like paperwork, if it's like some sort of bureaucracy, or if you're maybe involved in some sort of a legal dispute or a legal battle. That would make sense with some of these energies, right? That we have to be very cautious and don't be impulsive here. We want to be impulsive. We want to just, you know, unleash it all at once. Maybe we need a little bit more strategy and a little bit more temperance. Okay. And I think this is how we really get to the correction of this situation, because this is a situation, I think, where currently you're like that. Currently we are suffering something that we don't want to be suffering. Your aspiration is to get out of this situation. Okay? And I think Spirit's message today is, if you want to get out of this situation, you've got to look at all angles of this. You've got to be smart. You've got to be calm. We've got all this fire energy that isn't calm at all. We've got to remember what our goals are and then figure out the best strategy to get there. All right. Now, let's see what the mystery card has to say. I would like to see I'd like to see more water energy. I want to see like a 6 of cups or a 9 or a 10 of cups, something that's just like, yeah, we got out of this situation, we're feeling good. Yeah. If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. Let's see what we've got. 4 of Swords. Interesting, the 4 of Swords, especially when we think of this as like a legal kind of thing, right? This is, in some ways, this is advice to you to shut your mouth, right? Don't let your mouth, what do they say? Don't let your mouth write a check that your butt can't cash. So in other words, silence, right? In other words, you may feel, maybe that's what this fire energy is. Maybe this is really just you wanting to just, a verbal firestorm, right? Don't do it. what you say is going to be very, could be very, very like damaging to your plan, to your ultimate objective, right? The best advice is probably stay silent. Let the lawyers speak for you, if that's the case. But also this card is kind of about letting go of some of the stress and anxiety too, right? This card is really about listening. This card is saying that maybe we're so embroiled in the fire energy here that we're not doing a very good job listening. Listening to our own kind of spirit, the divine within us, and then also listening to what is actually going on around us. And maybe because we're not really listening to the silence, we're getting a lot of mixed messages and a lot of misdirection from that trickster, the magician. Very interesting. I wasn't quite expecting this turn of things, but I think we're onto something here. We're going to do an extended reading. If you would like to stick around for that, there's a link at the end of the video. There's one up above, I think, and there's one down below. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free, doesn't cost you anything. And leave a comment for me. Let me know kind of where in the world you're watching from. I like to see how widespread our audience is becoming. Yeah, it's really worldwide. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.